Hi guys, welcome to another episode, and I would probably call this the first real adventure episode this season. We left West Lombok the day before yesterday, did a quick sail around the top of Lombok, and then yesterday we came down here to the southeastern corner of Lombok and we're anchored in a beautiful little bay. You can see Shahalion there in the distance. Oh, two monkeys right there. Look, g'day monkey! Oh, there's another one, Whoop, 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 whoop. G'day! If you haven't seen other episodes, you'll know that I absolutely love monkeys and I want to get one for the boat, but not one of these ones, they're a bit too big. Anyway, yeah, we're back into the roll of it now. Super stoked. We had a bit of a sail yesterday. We're sort of against the wind most of the next 500 miles, to be honest, so it'll be sailing when we can and motor sailing when the wind's just straight on the face, so it's, yeah, won't be amazing sailing footage possibly, but we're having a good time. We're moving. Tomorrow we're sailing over to Sumbawa, and we'll probably show you sailing off the anchor tomorrow. So yeah.
Hello. Seems to be a bit dead and alone here. At least you have a lot of corn around and some monkey friends. I don't know if they are staying friends or not. So yeah, the first days on the boat were a bit hard for me, especially the first one. We had a not super big swell, but a little bit of swell and the wind on the nose, and I was feeling a bit seasick with the smell of the diesel, and I think I just lost my sea legs during the 6 months, so I was a bit worried. But in fact the second days was super calm and I was super happy to come here. It's a good reward for these first days, a little bit difficult. We stayed stuck in Bali for almost 1 month, and that was super enjoyable to be with people, having social life, eating super good food from every countries. Yeah, we enjoyed that for a little time, and now we are super happy to have a more quiet and natural life. And yeah, now I'm looking forward to exploring new islands and new places, like being alone in nature, not having any boats or even like humans around, just having these wonderful gardens who are changing almost every day. It's so cool.
Super weird. Yeah, this whole island has been deserted. There's sort of these sort of buildings all over the island, and no idea why. I'm wondering whether it was a pearl farm originally in this bay and became unprofitable and then they all left, maybe.
So we can visit this island where you see some monkeys, they are growing corns, an abandoned village. So we just visit these small places, and inside here I think it's a cult place, but I don't know from which religion. It's a weird thing. They are keeping everything in order, and this statue seems to be important, wrapped in something. There are all these clothes and fabrics around to taking care of it.
Crazy place. Can't really work out what it is. I thought it might have been an old mosque from a distance, but it's obviously not a mosque. And that last place we saw was, I think, sort of animalistic ritual house. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird island. We can't really figure out what it is, but it's pretty cool to try and figure it out. We saw some locals on the beach, and Lombok is mainly Muslim, but they weren't Muslim. None of the women had any coverings or anything, so yeah. maybe we'll never know, but maybe some people will know, and put in the comments below if you do. The village over the other side that we can see obviously still comes here because there were some guys here and ladies here this morning, and the whole island has sort of had corn growing on it. I guess in the wet season they grow corn, so they still use it, but yeah, everyone who used to live here is now gone.
You want to swim?
Yeah.
Look at this perfect beach we are all alone.
Nice and cool.
Look at this
Turtle?
so cool.
Oh, it's always nice to get in the water. It's not super hot in this island because we're on the south coast now of Lombok, so the southeast trades are coming through. The water's actually cool here now because we're on the Indian Ocean basically, so super refreshing. What do you think?
It's perfect. So good place. Perfect beach. I'm so happy.
Look.
Look what?
I just want you to look at the camera, you know. Because we're only here for a day or a couple of days in this anchorage, I didn't want to unload the dinghy and put the engine on and all that, so we just bring the Indiana stand-up paddles, just quick to untie them, throw them in the water, and you can paddle over to pretty near beaches. And even though it's windy now, at least we're going downwind to get back to the boat. And so we just tie the ropes of the stand-up paddles around a piece of coral and anchor them. Morning guys, we are about to set off from Lombok finally and head over to Sumbawa. We're actually on either sides of the strait right now, so it's only about 15 miles over to Sumbawa, and we've got a couple of anchorages picked out, so we'll see which one's going to work out. I thought we'd show you quickly how we try to leave anchorages, that is just sail straight off. And today's pretty well set up for it. I'll show you with the drone footage soon, but you know, we've got a clear way behind us. We've got reef all around us, but we can just drift back. So it should work out pretty good. So Marie's going to film it as I basically do it, solo sailing style. Anyway, enjoy this video. We'll talk to you as we go. Okay, so first we're going to pull up the mainsail. And as we're sort of sailing side to side on the anchor, I just have to wait the moment, you know, so that it goes up between the laser jacks. But I'll get the mainsail all the way up, then start up the engine, pull in the rest of the chain. I've already pulled in half of it, and then flick off the engine. We'll be drifting backwards by then, put out the head sail, and we should just zoom off. Yeah, mainsail going up, new mainsail going up. I've got one reef in the main because we are showing 16 knots of wind at the top of the mast. So now I'm going to start the engine, and the only reason we need the engine is because the anchor windlass uses a lot of power, and just dragging it out of a dead stopped battery is not good. So I'll put on the engine, motor forward 10 meters, pull up the rest of the chain, and then we'll start drifting back. Okay, we should be right over the anchor now, so there's no pressure on the chain. I'll just rip it up. we go. Whew. So now we're free. The boat's already heeling a bit. This is a bit the scary moment for some people because it's like, well, we're going to go on a reef. Obviously, while you're practicing this, don't do it in the middle of a harbour with lots of other boats around or dangerous things. As I said, this is quite a good setup for it. All right. Okay, head sail going up. So I'll let the boat drift slightly around onto the right side, port side this time, and just pull the head sail out. Two reefs in the main, as you can see, and the jib's pretty reefed because we were getting 27, 28 knots of apparent wind at the top of the mast, mind you, but still, yeah, you know, we haven't really sailed this season. It's the first time I put the second reef in, well, first time I put the first reef in, so we made a few mistakes and bodged it and had to turn down wind to get things sorted out again, but we're flying along now, sort of 7.5, 8 knots, and we've only got 10 miles to go, so we won't be very long. But it's beautiful sailing and the boat is just reacting great. I think the boat's probably quietly saying to us, you bloody rookies, you really suck, you need to get your stuff sorted out. But yeah, we're working on it. It's super good to be wind in the hair and back sailing is so nice. Just feeling the boat come alive. We had a gust in the beginning. The boat tipped right over and whoa, new feeling again. Marie was a bit holding on with bare knuckles. Halfway across now. What do we got to go? Six miles to go, so another bit less than an hour. We're right in the middle of the channel now between Lombok and Sumbawa, and these channels same was the one between Bali and Lombok, and then Sumbawa and Flores. They're really renowned for strong currents. The Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean sort of get sucked through here. So we've got about a 3-knot current going south and a 20-something, 23 knots right now of wind coming north. So it sort of stands these waves up a little bit. It's not a big drama or anything. We're going pretty much straight across. We're actually going a little bit with the waves to counteract the current. If we would go straight across, we would end up doing a big loop and ending up much further south than we want to do. So we're sort of heading a bit north and drift going sideways as well. But that was quite a big swell then. A lot of white water. Fast?
Super fast! 7.5!
How much wind do we got?
29!
29!
That's a lot!
Those ones?
I don't know. I like them a little bit, but not during a long time.
Wind's a lot less. 20 knots.
So the wind just died because of the island of Sumbawa, and we still have a lot of swell. So it's super rolly. I'm not feeling seasick, so I'm pretty happy, but I'm feeling a bit tired. Like this movement, it makes me a bit like dizzy.
So we took all the reefs out. We went from 27 knots to 9 now, apparent, which is okay in calm weather, but with swell, yeah, we're starting to flog a little bit. We're coming behind the mountains now, so the swell should start dying soon. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's pretty hot now, the wind's died down. And I don't really like to hear that boom flogging sound of the new sail. It's not what I want to hear. That noise, not good. All right, well, we made it to a place called Ska Reef on Sumbawa on the west coast. It's quite a famous surfing place actually. There's a couple of waves, there's a few Australian surfers and that out here today. It's not massive, but it looks pretty cool. We've anchored the boat pretty far out. You can hardly see it in the distance. Yeah, way out there. You can see Rinjani in the distance, the big volcano on Lombok. This bay is very shallow, so it goes out about another 300 meters and it's only 2 meters deep, you know. We're anchored in 10 meters way out there, half a kilometer away. But yeah, is what it is. I'm gonna walk to shore, throw the dinghy, anchor in and walk in, and hopefully in a couple of hours when we're done, it might be dry here, it might not be, we'll give it a crack. So yeah, it was a pretty fun day. First proper day back sailing, I'd say. We had some strong winds, we had second reef in, we had light winds, we had a little bit of motoring in the end, and we ended up in a beautiful beach. Look at this place. Marie, I dropped her off before at the beach, she's in here. And yeah, pretty awesome first day for adventuring in 2021, I would say. Hope you liked this video, guys. Shout out to patrons, a couple of new ones last week. Thank you very much. Really nice of you guys to support us. If you've got any questions, throw them at me, comments below. My email is also in the about section. Our Instagram's in the video somewhere. Hit us up, we love to hear from you guys. Really stoked when you guys give us feedback and have questions about what we're doing, where we're going, all that sort of thing. Yeah, patrons, can't thank you all enough. You guys are keeping us doing what we're doing basically, so Awesome. See you guys next week. Hold on, I'll run in quickly and Marie can say goodbye as well. Coming! Coming! See you next week.
See you next week. Goodbye.
Bye bye.